Good morning to you. I guess you probably heard in the news that there was a incident, a dog attack fatality that occurred to two children this week, and also a almost near fatality involving the mother of the two children. It was a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. They were apparently attacked by two pit bulls that were the family dogs. And right now, like in any incident that occurs like this, especially when it's close to home, like this one, there's a lot of speculation on social media. A lot of people wondering why. Why did that attack occur? They're all scratching their heads trying to figure out what's the trigger? What was the motivation behind the attack? And rightly so, because if you have children and you own dogs that are large enough and capable enough to inflict serious injury along with a fatality, then yeah, you need to really think about this, because you need to prevent this from happening to your own child. I've written about this many times, and I'm not going to speculate today on the trigger, because that's all that would be, just conjecture, speculation, because there's not enough information at this time. Law enforcement is doing their job, and they're investigating this incident, and they're really going to make sure that they can try to rule out any sort of child endangerment, any sort of negligence to the children. I was a police officer. That's what we did anytime there was an attack to someone, especially if it involved a child. We wanted to make sure that things were done the way they should be done to protect the child. Okay, so that's ongoing right now, so we've only been given limited details, but let me tell you a few things. Two important facts that you need to understand, and I don't care if that attack occurred here, occurred anywhere else in this world, it doesn't matter. There are many different triggers, and I've talked about this in videos. I've talked about it in my book, The Hammer, Why Dogs Attack Us and How to Prevent It. I've gone over it. I've done it in blogs. I've interviewed on radio shows. I don't know if I'm just saying it wrong, but people just don't seem to get it. So today I'm going to give you two basic facts, and I'm going to just state it as plainly as I possibly can in hopes that we don't have any more children fatalities suffered from the hands of a dog. Okay, what a horrible death that is. So let me just kind of go over it real quickly here, because when I try to go to it at length, or I try to use a lot of big words or a lot of science, people just don't get it. So here it goes. First thing that you need to understand is this. A dog does not see a child as a innocent or harmless little being like we do. They don't. If they did, why do they continue to kill them and seriously injure them year after year after year? Okay, just this year alone. Where'd my glasses go? Yeah. All right, here we go. Just this year alone, we've already had a 3-month-old, a 7-month-old, 2 1-year-olds, 2 2-year-olds, 2 4-year-olds, 2 5-year-olds, 1 6-year-old, and 1 7-year-old killed. Killed by dogs. And you know what's the sad part about that? 72% of those, it was the family dog. The family dog, just like what occurred this week, it was the family dogs. I write in my book, The Hammer, Why Dogs Attack Us and How to Prevent It. Again, I keep saying that title over and over again, so hopefully you will read it. In the book, the dedication section is 20 pages long. 20 pages long. Column after column after column. And you know what those people, what those are? Those are dead people. Dead. Over 296 dead people. And in the 5 years since that book was out, go ahead and add 384 more to the list. And 75% of those are children under the age of 10. And 50% of those, probably more than that, I just really need to dig into my statistics, about 60% I'd rather say, are from the family dog. Now, these are deaths. This isn't to mention the children who are disfigured permanently, who suffer mental trauma for the rest of their lives because they were attacked by a dog. And most of them, it's the family dog. So please get this through your head. Dogs don't see children as harmless, innocent little beings. In fact, the very second that little harmless, innocent being can stand upright and is either head level with your dog or taller than your dog, they are immediately something that needs to be controlled and reckoned with. We call it the principle of resemblance. Okay? I don't look at anyone, I'm 6'2". Anyone that can look me in the eye, they're not a child. They're not a child. Same thing for your dog. They're not a child. Okay, so now, just to boil this thing down to as simple as I can make it, what they are is either they are a threat or a non-threat. That's it. I'm not going to go into any more super detail over it because people just aren't getting it. You're either a threat to my resources or to myself, or you are not at any given moment throughout the day. You've seen Captain in my videos. If a dog can love a human, he certainly does. But at any given moment, I could be a threat to him. He starts to disobey in any sort of way. No. Okay? So now, how does he neutralize the threat? Do what I tell him to do. So I'm going to keep it simple as that. Either a threat or non-threat. Threat to my resources, mine, what I want to keep, or what I want to take possibly even from you, but then I become the threat. Or you're a non-threat. You're just a playmate, someone to go for a walk with, whatever. So keep that in mind, and that changes throughout the day. And it changes in the degree of the threat. So that's why I hate when I see these pictures that people post all the time of some infant laying on the stomach of a gigantic bull mastiff, some sort of cane corso, pit bull, German shepherd, all these dogs that are, and many more, that are capable of killing that child before you can even take the picture. And they often do it by punching holes in their skull. They want to get this thing over with now. So why take the chance? You're a parent. God, your child depends on you for two things: feed me and protect me. So know this, at any moment, your dog could be a threat to your child. Or maybe a non-threat. Maybe for its whole life. Good for you. I'm glad. Second thing. Anytime there's two dogs in the household, two dogs, or anytime there's two dogs that are just stray dogs, two or more dogs, the mentality of the dogs change. One dog, I'm trying to control you, push you away from my food, push you away from your food. I'm trying to accomplish something. Intra-group control, group living animals. I'm trying to control members of my group. I don't need your help. Don't. But sometimes other animals jump in because it's called facilitated aggression. It's why we have riots. A couple of these individuals might want to start the whole thing, but a big old crowd jumps in because a crowd jumps in. Not because one other one jumps in, because a crowd jumps in. And so anytime you have two dogs attacking, the innate instinct of that animal is to kill. Because oftentimes in social predatory societies, whether it be a lion, hyenas, East African hunting dogs, wolves, dogs, if I need to do something, I don't want to kill you, I just need to motivate you to do something for me, then I will handle it pretty much by myself. That is the intent. But if I need you, it's because I can't get it done, and I'm trying to get it done at a much more serious level. I'm trying to drag down that zebra. I'm trying to drag down that elk. Or I need your help in killing that intruder wolf, that alien wolf that just happened to be caught on the territory that is the safe dwelling place for my offspring. Hence why I write in my book, when you are attacked by two dogs, your mentality must change. It must change from cover up, curl up to swing for the darn fences. Yeah, survive. I've been in that situation 3 times. Swing for the fences or you won't survive. Unfortunately, children can't do that. Children also can't interpret the signals that dogs give them. I walk up to a dog, it growls, I tend to back up. I've gotten a little wiser with my age. Children don't do that. So I don't know what triggered the attack. But I do know this. Quit saying that it was unprovoked. I've already done 2 videos on that. The reason why they would kill a child or an innocent person or even an adult. There is no such thing as an unprovoked attack. To the animal, sometimes all you have to do is show up. Okay, so quit saying that. Quit saying it's an innocent child. I get it. I understand it. My wife and I raised 4 children. I get the children thing. Around dogs. Powerful dogs. My police dog, Yager, he had nothing to do with the child. Nothing. Never did my children ever pet that dog. Because he didn't want it. He didn't want it. I wasn't going to risk that he would bite them. But keep in mind, dogs don't see children as children the way you do. When you're head level, you're an adult. And when you're an adult, you better obey the signals that I'm giving you. You fail to do so, I will act out upon my signals. I will raise the aggression. It's called ritualized aggression. Know that. Okay? And family, I talked about in my last video. What constitutes a family? Really? What constitutes a family? To a dog. Okay? No, don't count on that. Don't bank on that. Always have in your mind, my child is around a dog and that dog could bite my child or attack my child at any darn moment. So make sure you take safeguards for that. Do training. Hey, tell you what, child's here, tell you what, dog, you go over there and lay down and stay. How about that? Or the dog is headed towards my child, toys. Come. Yeah, come back over here. Or my dog has my child's toy and my child is moving towards the dog to take the toy out of its mouth. Out! Drop it. Use training to control this animal with fang and claw in your household. Use it. Because your dog is perceiving your child at any given moment as a threat or a non-threat. It just doesn't become any simpler than that. It is what it is. Okay? And anytime you have 2 dogs, understand this. The risk of an attack is much greater. Well, it's twofold. But when it happens, more than likely, both dogs, even though one dog may do the initial attacking, the other dog often jumps in. Just go to a dog park. Watch what happens. Go to a daycare. Watch what happens. If you own multiple dogs in your household, you already know what I'm talking about. So know that as well. Guys, if you're a parent, feed your children, protect your children. All right, guys, that's my input on this. A lot of people ask me to talk about it. That's it. That's all. God knows that's all I can say. And I just hope it doesn't land on deaf ears. Save a child. I'm writing my new book, and I'm telling you what, I'm talking a little bit more about attacks that occur, mostly from dogs that are somewhat mentally ill. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there. Take care.